Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi, good morning everyone. Good morning class. So, today, let me introduce myself first. My name is Marissa Faradiba Simbolon, and for today's class, we would like to discuss about conditional sentence. But before that, let's pray together based on your belief. And now I need you guys to scan this barcode and fill the attendance list so I know who will join today's class. Okay? I'll wait in 1 minute. Well, alright, if you're finished, before we're really starting the class, let's sing the national anthem, okay? Okay guys, thank you for singing with me the national anthem. So, let's get into the class. So, I have 4 incomplete sentences here. As you can see, the first one, if the lamp is turned off, blah blah blah. If you study hard, we will blah blah blah. If I had $1 million, I would blah blah blah. And if I had studied harder, I would have blah blah blah. So I want you guys to complete this sentence. Anything, you can say anything, okay? Alright, for the first one, if the lamp is turned off, the room is dark. Of course, yes, that's correct. Second one, if we study hard, we will get higher score. Of course, yes, that's it. The third one, if I had $1 million, I would buy a new motorcycle. That is good. The last one, if I had studied harder, I would have become the first student in the class. Yes, that's correct. So this is some examples of conditional sentence. And what is conditional sentence? Let's see. So conditional sentences are the type of complex sentence. One of the type of complex sentence. They have 2 parts. So they have 2 parts in this sentence. the first is the condition, and the second is the result of the condition. So the condition sets up a situation, and the result tells us what will happen if that situation occurs. Take a look at the example. If it rains, we will stay indoors. So if it rains stand as the condition or the situation, and we will stay indoors is the result of this condition. And this conditional sentence actually have 3 types, but there is a conditional type, so there are 4 types in conditional sentence. Let's get to the types of conditional sentence. So the first one is zero conditional. Zero. So the zero conditional we use to talk about something that is always or generally true. So it's like this, the condition, it's actually happened generally, and it's a general fact. The form is if plus simple present and simple present. So the pair, the sentence, the tenses are simple present and simple present. Take a look at the example. If it rains, I take an umbrella with me to work. So the condition is if it rains, and the result is I take an umbrella with me to work. So the results are the general fact that we will do if it rains, right? Like for the example number 2, if I wake up early, I always read in bed. That's it. So the zero conditional is to talk about the generally true situation or general fact that is always happening. Let's move on to the next, is this first conditional. So the first conditional is the form we used to talk about something that is a probable future result of a condition. So it's like the conditions and what will we do for the result of this condition. The form is if plus simple present and will plus base verb, or let's say it's future. So in this type, the first conditional So first conditional, the tenses pair is simple present and future. So take a look at the example. If I see you later, I will say hello. So that means in the future, the condition is if I see you later, and the result I will say hello. Like the example number 2, if I don't see you later, I won't be able to say hello. That means, in the future, if we don't see these guys later, we won't be able to say hello. That means the result is based on the something that will probably happen in the future. Next is second conditional. So the second conditional is we used to talk about hypothetical situation that cannot happen or is unlikely to happen. So it's like a not fact. It's unreal. There's something that is not happened to us. It's not really happened. The form is if plus simple past and modal plus base verb. Take a look at the example to get more into it. If I had $1 million, I would buy a large vacation home. So the condition is if I had $1 million. But this is not a fact because we don't have $1 million. We didn't have it, right? But the condition here, if I had $1 million, and the result is I would buy a large vacation home. That's it. but it's not real. Like the example number 2, if I were you. Example number 2, if I were you, I wouldn't wait to study for the test. But I am me, you are you. It's not the fact that I am not you, right? But the condition is if I were you. So I wouldn't wait to study for the test. And take a look at the note. The condition and the result are not taking place in the past, but the past tense is used to indicate the unreal nature of the situations. So in these sentences, we use simple past to show that the fact is not real. It's not the fact. It's not really happened to us. Okay? So far, do you get it, guys? Okay, I'm sorry. So far, do you get it? Okay, the last type is the third conditional. So the third conditional is the form that we use to talk about a hypothetical situation in the past that did not happen. Typically with an outcome that did not happen, and it perhaps the opposite of what did happen. So this situation is not happening in the past, or maybe the opposite is happening in the past, but we want to make it in conditional. So the form is if plus past perfect and modal plus present perfect. Take a look at the example so we can understand it. The first one is if it had rained last week, the plants wouldn't have died. That means the fact last week it rains last week and the plants died. So the situations that happen is the opposite of this sentence. That's it. We want to talk about we imagine that if it's not happened in the past, and the plants would not have died like that. Like the second example, if I had finished college, I would have become a doctor. But the fact that I didn't finish the college, I haven't finished the college, and I didn't become a doctor. That's the third conditional. So it's like we talk about the situation that is the opposite. So for the other example, maybe if I had studied harder, I wouldn't have the best score. If I had studied harder, I wouldn't have the best score like that. But the fact that I didn't study harder last week and I get the best score, that's it. So I want you guys to understand this. Let me see if you understand this by doing this quiz. So I need you guys to scan it and do the quiz right now, okay? It's about the conditional sentence. You need just to choose the multiple choice. Have you scanned it? Okay. You only have 10 seconds for each question, okay? Oh, nice. Kevin has the highest score here. That means you really understand, huh? Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, guys. Yes. Well, alright. Thank you so much for playing the game. So, maybe if you still didn't understand the topic for today, you can scan this and you can send me your question. So yeah, thank you guys for joining this class. I hope you get what I said, and bye. See you next